The night started with so much excitement. My wife and I had been invited to a friend's party, one of those gatherings where music, laughter, and good food fill the air. She spent hours getting ready, trying on dresses, doing her hair, and asking my opinion. I couldn't stop admiring how beautiful she looked when she finally stepped out of the bedroom. I felt proud to walk beside her. When we arrived, the place was buzzing with energy. Old friends greeted us, and strangers introduced themselves. My wife seemed to light up the room wherever she went. She laughed easily, her voice carrying across the crowd, and people gravitated toward her. I didn't mind, it had always been one of her gifts, the way she could charm anyone. At first, I stayed close, holding her hand and joining in on conversations. But after a while, she drifted away to mingle, and I found myself caught up in small talk with some colleagues. From the corner of my eye, though, I noticed her laughing with a man I didn't recognize. They were standing close, too close for comfort. I told myself not to overthink it. It was just a party, and she was friendly by nature. But then I noticed the way his hand brushed her arm, how her smile lingered longer than usual. My stomach tightened, though I tried to mask it behind polite conversation. I didn't want to look jealous or insecure. As the evening went on, their connection grew harder to ignore. They danced together, her head tipping back in laughter while he spun her around. I stood there, a drink in hand, feeling like a ghost watching my own life slip away. I tried to join her on the dance floor, but she brushed me off, saying she was having fun. I retreated to the patio for air, my chest heavy. Out there under the night sky, I replayed the little moments I'd seen, each one cutting deeper. I told myself she would come find me soon, apologize, reassure me. But minutes turned into an hour, and she never appeared. When I finally walked back inside, I couldn't find her anywhere. I searched the kitchen, the living room, even asked around. That's when one of the guests casually mentioned seeing her leave, with the same man she'd been dancing with. My heart sank. I rushed outside, scanning the street, but she was gone. The spot where our car was parked was empty. My hands shook as I pulled out my phone, dialing her number again and again, but each call went unanswered. I felt as if the ground beneath me had given way. The ride home alone was unbearable. Every streetlight blurred past, every song on the radio pierced me like a reminder of what I had just lost. I couldn't believe the woman I loved, the one I trusted, had walked away with another man while I was still in the same building. When she finally came home the next morning, her makeup smudged and her dress wrinkled, she didn't even look guilty. Instead, she met my eyes with a coldness I had never seen before. That silence between us said everything words couldn't. I realized in that moment that the marriage I had believed in was already broken. Maybe it had been for longer than I wanted to admit. The party was just the stage where the final act played out. She hadn't been stolen from me. I had lost her long before that night. It hurt more than anything I'd ever felt, but I knew I couldn't hold on to someone who had chosen to walk away. Love without loyalty is just an illusion, and I refused to live in a lie. So I let her go, even though it shattered me. In the end, that night didn't just take my wife from me, it gave me the truth. Painful as it was also freedom. And freedom, I learned, was worth more than holding on to someone who never valued me.